Good morning, everyone. We are the Ballou Senior High School Peacemakers. I'm Shaquan Wells.
Tiandra Ames.
Kyrie Kenny.
Kelly Ford.
Mr. Swanson.
Kiara Smith.
I'm Malik Burrell.
And I'm Letty Valdivia.
We chose Earth Knowledge Challenge to create peace and stop violence that goes on in our school and through our community.
As many of you may know, Ballou has a reputation of being a dangerous school and a violent school.
When you research Ballou Senior High School or Southeast DC, these are some things that come up. Mainly violence, but never really anything good happens.
The first action we took was to have our Ballou peers take a peace survey, which we received 112 responses.
From reading the data of the survey, from reading these surveys, we noticed that 76% of our students say they do not feel safe in our school. But we asked them what Ballou could do to create more peace, and here are their answers.
The majority of students said that they would like to see a basketball tournament or an event that promises peace. Those responses really caught our eye, and so we decided to do something about it, forming the very first Ballou Peace Week.
This Peace Week contained a basketball tournament and a school-wide event filled with joy, cheerfulness, and inspiration to do better in the Ballou community.
We chose the basketball tournament first, which would consist of 4 unlikely allies on each team that would come together and play for peace in our school and our community.
So first, we had students sign up for a tournament as singles. They knew that they would randomly be placed on a basketball team. What they didn't know is that they would be partnered with people from their conflicting neighborhoods, people they didn't get along with, or people they didn't know. Basically, unlikely allies.
After the sign-ups, our Aspen Challenge team and our discipline team met after school to build the March Madness brackets. And boy, did we have fun. We felt that making it this way would bring a bond between different players from different neighborhoods that would make them put aside their differences and maybe even squash the tension between one another.
In order to participate in our March Madness basketball tournament, students had to first sign our peace pledges. They knew if they were caught violating any peace rules that they would be removed from the tournament, and some of them were.
But what matters here is that so many students participated. We had a total of 80 students take part in our Ballou Peacemakers March Madness tournament.
Our favorite story has to do with two very unlikely allies having to work together.
Let's just say that these two guys I know didn't want to stand the presence of each other, so me, being the dastardly conniving guy that I am, placed them on the same team.
In the first game, our refs told us they could hardly even look at each other, let alone pass the ball to one another, and then something special happened.
Common ground. That's what both of these boys found as they both played a sport that they both loved, and they unleashed peace. Watch and see in the following video clip.
All right. So yeah, how y'all doing today, man? Like, how y'all feel about this whole tournament and everything that's going on?
It's easy. It's a good crew to victory.
Yeah. How y'all?
Everybody know who the best is. It's easy. And we the best.
Yeah. How y'all feel about being on the same team with each other?
It's good because we was enemies and now we put it aside and win for our team.
I feel you. What about you?
Same thing.
Same thing. Yeah. So can I get like a little handshake or something? Show that y'all cool, man. Keep it G real, man. All right.
Unlikely allies from the 9th to 12th grade came together and they played some ball.
Our culminating event was our Ballou Peacemakers school-wide assembly, where we partnered with WPGC's Tony Red's Conscience, a peace rapper in the DC area, and Ceasefire Don't Smoke the Bro Incorporated. This organization teaches the youth of DC how to keep the peace between one another and what good can happen by picking one another up.
But by far, our biggest lift and our long-term solution has been the creation of Ballou Peacemakers, our peer-mediation group. This group helps prevent violence and tensions between two parties by stepping in before it escalates into something major.
We partnered with Mr. Marsamini, DC Public Schools Director of Students Discipline and School Climate, as well as Ballou's Dean Students and Discipline Team. We were trained in de-escalating techniques and tactics to facilitate peace in the midst of conflict.
So far, we've done 3 peer mediations. We've had the opportunity to travel to the 7th District Police Station in Ward 8. One case was kept in school, and one even involved the FBI. It was intense, but it's been fun to be involved in helping students solve their conflicts and have restorative justice happen.
The discipline team at Ballou said the students responded to their own peers during the mediations more effectively than they did with just the staff. The students felt that they could say a little more, and they weren't afraid of getting their points across.
You did good, even half sentence, really. Questions?
So if I was,
sorry, go ahead. Great job, you all. Can you speak a little bit more about the peer mediation group that you all have developed or are developing? What have you all learned about peer mediation? And yeah.
Okay, so doing the peer mediation, well, I'm not a big help trying to discipline people, so it really took a toll on me by being able to make my voice heard when we had like 2 people that were probably fighting or have a disagreement, just to sit them down, get control of the subject, and maybe resolve the situation.
Did any of you play in the basketball tournament?
No, we didn't.
No?
I mean, I can't play, I guess. I'm like,
Okay, then I won't ask my question.
so I was going to ask, so if I were to ask you, so I used to work in Chicago, and looking for the key ingredients of what made this successful, what would you tell me the 3 or 4 things I can learn from what you've done I can export to another city, to other high schools?
Pretty much like make sure that when you're doing the peer mediation that you set ground rules before you start. Let them know that one person needs to talk at one time, and you never speak directly to the person. You speak to the peer, and the peer will speak for you. We used the pen, and we told them that it's a 1 mic rule. So pretty much like if they had something to say, they said it to us, and then we'll say it to them. And that's how like the conflict got resolved, by not speaking directly to each other.
Also, one of the ground rules that we place so people could feel comfortable in the environment they're in is that whatever was said in the room where the peer mediation took place would stay in the room, so it wouldn't get out. And the peer mediators are students, so they were also held responsible to, like, because people have friends, but you can't really put someone's business out there, friend or not. And another thing is that students were trained to be are in training to be peer mediators too.
Do you all think about how this same model could be used at other schools that may have similar issues?
We would have got to that if we could finish, but
You've got 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, I feel that like it can go to every school in DCPS. Maybe if we have like a widespread like event like for every school, and have like peer mediator, or like they have peer mediator classes at their schools to help out with that. So I believe that everyone should be able to use it.
Can I get on that a little bit? Go ahead. Okay, I just want to say, I also found out a lot while we were doing this process that everyone essentially wants peace. There's no one out there who really thinks that there's no life without conflict. Everyone wants to have a safe walk home or a safe event that they can go to. So when I took this to my neighborhood and my rec center at home, a lot of people who did the Shoot Hoops Not Bullets tournament, which is where they take a bunch of neighborhood groups and put them together on a basketball team, really felt they were proud of us for doing this program and bringing it to their school, Ballou, because a lot of people at that rec center, used to go to that school. So that's something I learned.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Give it to her. Frank W. Ballou, thank you.